The first guilty plea in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. What today's development in court could mean for the other men who are charged. Also, breaking news on the coronavirus strain spreading at the University of Michigan. What the health department is asking of every U of M student. Paula.
Hi there. Like a phoenix rising from the fiscal ashes, a local school district prepares to soar just in time for in-person learning. I'll have details. Hey, Ben, gorgeous afternoon.
Absolutely, Paula. If you're just looking at the forecast, it looks fantastic. If you've got to feel it, it's a different story. It looks like our coldest air of the season again is showing up tonight. We'll take a look at it right now. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news coming to us from Washtenaw County as a highly contagious strain of the coronavirus spreads at the University of Michigan. Health Department is recommending that all students living on or near campus stay at home through February 7th. Students are being asked to not gather in groups and only leave home to go to class, work, do research, or get groceries. There have been 14 confirmed cases of the variant thus far at the university. Now, today we saw the first admission of guilt in the plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Ty Garbin has pleaded guilty to conspiracy, saying he knowingly and voluntarily joined in the plot to kidnap the governor. He also admitted he took part in training exercises designed to simulate a violent attack on the governor's summer home. Garbin also agreed to help the feds in their investigation. In return, the U.S. attorney will consider a reduction in the requested sentence. Former Macomb County Prosecutor Eric Smith has taken a plea deal. Speaking of sentences, today Smith pleaded guilty to 1 count of obstruction of justice. That charge stems from his misuse of county forfeiture funds and attempts to cover it up. Smith agrees to a sentence of 21 months in federal prison. He'll also pay nearly $70,000. He'll be sentenced formally coming up in April. Fiat Chrysler, now part of Stellantis, reaches a settlement deal in the ongoing federal corruption probe. Automaker has agreed to plead guilty and pay a $30 million fine to end this years-long investigation involving auto executives and the UAW. The automaker has also agreed to the appointment of an independent monitor that will be in place for 3 years.
The allegations are that from 2009 through 2016, FCA conspired to make over $3.5 million in illegal payments to UAW officials. The criminal conduct by FCA and its executives has significantly undermined the confidence and trust that the men and women working in the plants and on the assembly lines hold in their leaders.
Yeah, because the case has been such a big one. The investigation led to the convictions of 15 people. Let's get to the day's coronavirus headlines other than what we talked about at U of M. Today, Michigan reporting 1,681 new cases, along with 6 more deaths added to the state's total. Tonight, Governor Whitmer will give us her State of the State address, and the pandemic, of course, expected to be a big part of that. The governor will pitch a multi-billion-dollar relief plan to help schools, businesses, and to help with vaccine distribution. And now, Republicans in the Michigan House have unveiled a challenge to her pandemic powers. The GOP plan ties school funding to a law that strips the governor of the ability to reopen schools and shut down high school sports. Our Mara McDonald is in Lansing. We'll have much more on that coming up. What's shaping up to be quite a battle tonight at 5. You can watch the governor's State of the State address, by the way, live here on Local 4. We'll carry it for you this evening, and we'll stream it on clickondetroit.com tonight at 7. And, of course, we'll have a full recap coming up on Local 4 News tonight at 11. The Biden administration held its first coronavirus press briefing today, offering a glimpse into how this new administration plans to inform the public about the virus. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with some key takeaways thus far. KG?
Hi, Devin. Good afternoon to you. It was a very different briefing from the ones held by the Trump administration. It was done over Zoom and only featured medical experts with a focus on science-based data. President Biden was not there. It was largely focused on vaccine distribution and what's ahead in the fight against it. The head of the CDC gave a new death projection, estimating there will be as many as 514,000 deaths by February 20th. The U.S. has distributed more than 44 million doses of the vaccine, and Dr. Fauci says the shots do appear to be effective against new variants. The White House says it is on pace to meet its goal of 100 million vaccines in President Biden's first 100 days in office. But today, experts said that any vaccine stockpile that may have existed before is gone. They say it will be months before everyone who wants a vaccine can get a vaccine.
Right now, I want to level with the public that we are facing two constraining factors. The first is getting enough supply quickly enough. And the second is the ability to administer the vaccines quickly once they're produced and sent out to the sites. We are taking action to increase supply and increase capacity. But even so, it will be months before everyone who wants a vaccine will be able to get one.
The briefings will be held 3 times a week, and they will all be led by officials at the CDC and Department of Health and Human Services. We're going through all of the important information, and Dr. Frank McGeorge will have more coming up on the news at 5. Until then, Devin, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Kim, we'll see you then. President Biden signing several executive orders aimed at tackling climate change and transitioning the United States to a clean energy economy. Here's some of these executive actions and what they included. First, establishing climate change as a national security priority. Next, conserving at least 30% of federal land and oceans by 2030. And canceling new oil and gas leases on public lands and waters. The agenda is also going to focus on creating green jobs and union opportunities. A key player in the Biden administration's push for clean energy is former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm. Today, a Senate committee held a confirmation hearing for the Secretary of Energy nominee, and in her opening statements, Granholm said creating new clean energy jobs is a top priority.
I believe I was nominated by President Biden because I am obsessed with creating good-paying jobs in America. Having been the governor of Michigan when the automotive industry was on its knees, I understand what it's like to look into the eyes of men and women who have lost their jobs through no fault of their own.
Granholm was pressed on the administration's plan to suspend new oil and gas leases on federal lands and waters. She said licenses that are currently operating won't be interrupted, but said Democrats and Republicans would have to work together to keep those workers employed in new areas. All right, time now for our first look at the forecast. Ben, Paula said it pretty well. A little chilly, but really beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, Devin, you know, we've had so few of these days that it just really makes you stop when you see something like that. It's like, oh, the sun's out. Look at that. Temperatures, though, are another story entirely. We have not managed to get to the 30s today, 28. Right now, Detroit's one of the warm spots, 26 in Adrian. Howell, chilly out there, 23, and we're all getting cold tonight. In fact, we'll be into the teens before midnight tonight. And of course, we'll continue dropping as daybreak approaches. And that's not the only story we're tracking. Besides being the lowest temperatures of the season so far tonight, we're going to look at those wind chills in your 4-zone forecast. Sunshine does continue through Friday, but our next system already on the map for the weekend. We'll look at that and why it looks eerily similar to the one that just left us in a few minutes.
Here we go again. All right, Ben. It's a brand new day in Pontiac schools. The district announcing it has erased a $52 million deficit. It'll bring a monumental shift in how students will be educated and how teachers will be paid. Paula Tutman live with some positive changes ahead in Pontiac. Paula?
Yeah, really, Devin. And this is just in time for a return to in-person learning that starts in stages on Monday. This one is absolutely a game changer. In terms of how that $52 million debt affected students, it was simple. The bottom line.
We received about $7,500 per pupil. We had to literally deduct about $1,800 from that because of the deficit so that it could go towards paying the bills.
Teachers also felt the weight of that heavy debt.
If you started with the Pontiac School District 8 years ago and you started off with making $40,000, you were frozen with $40,000 salary for 8 years.
But today the Pontiac School District announces not only is it in the black, but has a few extra dollars in reserves. But the dig out of the red came from a combination of cost cutting, belt tightening, and selling 7 vacant buildings.
That's very exciting because for the first time ever, we're able to compete with some of our neighboring districts as far as the per pupil allocation. So that's why it's so exciting, because our students will have this opportunity now to receive the resources that they have been deserving for many years.
A true financial climb, and the district can now say its debt is paid. It is able to pay its bills, and money that had to be trimmed from teacher salaries and student resources is already being replaced. Mr. Mickens, a 5th grade English language arts and social studies teacher who stuck around through these lean years, was pleasantly surprised when he saw his recent paycheck.
It was a good feeling. Teachers did make a huge sacrifice about 8 years ago in order to help out the school district. So yes, it was a nice change to have a little bit extra in the paycheck.
Many have already seen that $2,000 to $5,000 annual salary increase.
So the long term is it will attract new teachers, younger teachers, because we're a district where a lot of the teachers are at a point where they can soon retire. So this will draw in new teachers. Definitely not trying to phase out old teachers, but getting a healthy balance, if you will, of new and old teachers.
Yeah, listen, Devin, here's the long game on this one, and that is it improves the district in every single way. Anytime you can reinvest in students, anytime you can give money to teachers. My favorite part of this story is this immediate effect of teachers looking at their paycheck and going, hey, wait a minute, I just got a raise, and they didn't even have to negotiate it. I mean, this is really big for this district.
It sure is. So hard to focus on the future when you're just saddled with so much debt from the past. No doubt about it. It's a big new day in Pontiac. All right, Paula. Still to come here at 4, a story that may be checking where your hand sanitizer was made. The FDA says some bottles may contain harmful chemicals. Also coming up, why the mayor of one of the biggest cities in Europe was facing a $100,000 fine because she hired too many women. But first, a terrorism bulletin from the Department of Homeland Security. Why they say scenes like this one at the U.S. Capitol may spark more violence. Next.